Okay folks, here's a quick review of the City Hunter Predator that was produced by NECA as a part of their Predator 2 line of products. I got this at Toys R Us for $17.99. So as you can see, this is the unmasked City Hunter Predator that was Danny Glover's nemesis in Predator 2. There is a masked version also available that was part of a Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack that I previously reviewed. So if you want to see what that looks like, go on ahead and check that particular video out. Alright, as was the case with the other NECA Predators that I've already reviewed, I was again very impressed when I got this figure out of its blister pack. The level of detail on this figure's face, his body, and the various parts of the battle armaments that are present on his shoulders, forearms, and lower part of his legs, as well as the satchel hanging on his left side, they are all presented exceptionally well. Also of note, the wrist blades on his right wrist, they also extend and retract fairly easily. Now, as I mentioned previously in past Predator reviews that I've already done, I've read numerous complaints from other users on the Toy Ark forum in regards to the joint stiffness with the past Predators that NECA has produced from Series 1 through 3. I've also read that the newer Predator figures from Series 4 have had this issue corrected. So I'm happy to report that so far with the Predators that I've reviewed, which have admittedly to date only been from Series 4, I haven't run into too many issues regarding the stiffness of the joints. They have all moved nicely, and I've encountered little to no resistance with them. They also don't feel too loose, and they seem to have the right amount of tightness when I move the arms, the legs, and the knees. Now, I'd like to pause the review for a moment and zoom in on the level of detail on this figure's face and body. I think you'll agree that it is exceptionally done. Once again, as you can see, this is really a nicely made Predator figure. Okay. Now, the complaints that I mentioned when reviewing the Shaman Predator, they've carried over to this figure as well. He does seem to be a bit on the top-heavy side, as he does tend to fall over rather easily. And I feel that this could lead to the tusks on the face or the extended fingers you see on his hands getting broken if he falls over, so be careful when you pose him on a shelf that he doesn't fall off and break. Secondly, is the price being $17.99. In my opinion, that's a bit on the high side, and I think I would have been a little more comfortable paying about $13 to $14 for each of these Predator figures as opposed to nearly $20. Alright, the City Hunter Predator came with only one accessory. So let me pan down real quick and I'll show you what that is. Okay. And as you can see, he came with the throwing disc weapon. The detailing on both sides of this disc looks rather nicely done, as you can see. So here's what it looks like from one side. And that's what it looks like from the other side. It's very nicely detailed. Okay. Unfortunately, the disc doesn't seem to want to stay in the holster on his right leg. So be careful that you don't accidentally lose it. Back to the figure itself. Alright, what I'd like to do now is a quick 360 of the figure and let you see what he looks like from all sides. So here's what he looks like from the front. This is what he looks like from the left. This is what he looks like from the rear. This is what he looks like from the right-hand side. And finally, here we are once again from the front. So overall, I'm very impressed with this figure. He looks great and he's easy to pose. The only complaints that I have are the tendency of the figure to fall over, as well as the price being a bit too high. But even so, I feel this is a great figure to have for your Predator collection, and I have no problem in recommending that you pick this figure up. Okay, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.